Come to sit in a comfortable seat. Extend both of your legs to start. And then we're going to take our right leg in, flex the heel, and bring the shin across so it's parallel with the front of your mat for Agni Sambhasana, or fire log pose. Then right leg over top, both toes flexing back, trying to get the outside of your ankle to the inside of your bottom knee, so that shins stack like logs on the fire, and then scoot back both glutes, sit up nice and tall. If this is inaccessible, if your legs are up really high, that is fine. And in fact, try and stay there and maybe just stabilize with your hands behind you, because eventually your knees will start to come down. It's just a slow, long, patient process. But if it's really uncomfortable, then for tonight's class, you can take the top leg and bring it just right in front. So it's not so much a seated position like cross-legged, but instead you have still like a triangle, and that bottom shin is still parallel with the front of your mat. Keeping both toes flexed. And then crawl your hands in by your side, again scooping out your glutes if they've started to roll under, so you can feel those sit points rooting down. And press your finger pads down into the mat. Start to close off any visual stimulation by letting your eyelids start to drop. And focus on your breath. Noticing if you're breathing through your mouth or maybe exhaling through your mouth, and let your lips gently come to seal. As you inhale, see if you can pull your spine up a little bit longer, a little bit taller. And as you exhale, tap back down into the base of your pelvis. Let your energy start to get heavy. And then by rooting your pelvis down, take another deep inhale through your nose. Stack and grow your spine. Maybe start to press this top knee a little bit more down. If your palms were pressed right in, maybe they can walk a little bit more out to the side so that you still have structure holding your spine up tall, but it becomes a little bit more relaxed as your body starts to assume the shape. You can begin to hold it more efficiently. So now your breath is moving in and out through your nose. We're going to move into a box breath, where we'll take a 5-count inhale, a 5-count pause on the top, a 5-count exhale, and then a 5-count pause on empty at the bottom of our breath. So clear all of the air out of your lungs. Slowly inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on full. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slow, even exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push all of the air out. Draw your navel into your spine and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin your inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal your lips. Gently close your nostrils by pulling them in and hold. 3, 2, 1, and then slow exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on empty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now counting to yourself, and if there was room to extend the length of your inhale and exhale, potentially add 1 or 2 counts. And you can decide if you want to also add those counts to the top and the bottom. So holding, especially on the bottom in Kumbhaka, can be really, it can really stress out the nervous system. So it's important here as you hold, especially with no air in your lungs, to tell your mind, to tell your thoughts and the panic that might start to arise, that you know that the air is there and that the air is coming, and it'll start to calm your nervous system. So knowing that it's there, but you might notice if that little bit of panic does start to arise, and how you can start to control the thoughts that are always fluctuating in our mind. As you continue with your box breath and you feel like your hips are ready for a little bit more of a stretch, start to hinging at the hips, come a little bit forward. Moving your chest towards the inside of your thigh, maybe walking your hands forward. Doing your best not to roll in your spine or push yourself too far. Instead, just finding a gentle hinge that'll bring you a little bit deeper into your hips. To the outside of your knees. The outside of your femur all the way along your IT band. And then if you prefer to, you can transition back into a Ujjayi breath. So no longer holding on the top and the bottom, but instead just working on making your breath calm, even, rhythmic, in and out through your nose. If you'd like to add a little extra pressure, you can bring your hands up, elbows resting to the inside of your top ankle and then inside of your top knee. Finding a little bit deeper of an edge, constantly pushing that edge, but doing it in a slow, graceful, intelligent way. Learning to tune into the signals that your physical body is giving back to you. And maybe as the intensity of the pose starts to deepen, your breath also starts to deepen. The texture of your inhale and your exhale becomes a little bit more audible, so that you use your breath to stoke that heat, that intense burning sensation that is occurring on the outside of your hips. Stoking that fire of energy. Continue to listen for your breath. Make sure that it's even and that the inhale and the exhale match in length. Keep your eyes closed so that you're not distracted, so that you can stay here in this intensity. So that you dismiss that urge to move forward, move out, constantly moving? Can you find some stillness? All right, slowly come back up to upright. And then you're going to take the right hand, lift your right glute up, fingertips towards the middle of your pelvis, and sit on the back of your hand. Let your left ear drop to the left side. Keep pressing down through both hips evenly and gently let the side of your neck start to open. If your shoulder head on your rooted right arm rolled forward, press it back so that even the front of the shoulder and the pectorals start to open. If it feels accessible to you, you can raise one hand up. The only hand that's free, that's not grounded by your hip. And gently rest the weight of your hand on the outside of your head so that your left ear comes a little bit closer to the left shoulder. Keep both feet flexed. And remember to roll a little bit more back, not forward, so the opposite of our forward fold. Press down through your right hand. If you have the hand on your head, let it gently slide down to the side. Let your chin drop in towards midline. Then using your right hand, or left hand, slowly press your head back up, roll off your grounded hand, and unfold your legs. Extend your legs both out in front of you, noticing if there is a deep sensation of unwinding that happens on the right side, the bottom leg. You can give your legs a little shake, a little tap. Work that blood all the way down to the toes, maybe even flex and point your feet. Shake it off and move on to the second side. Pulling your left shin in and flexing the foot so the outside of the shin bone is parallel with the front of the mat, and about midline of that is lining up with the pelvis. Then take the right leg up and over top, foot flexed, trying to place that bony part on the outside of your ankle all the way over to the inside of your knee. So if you slide your hand down the bottom of your foot, it would slide totally off. Again, always an option to set that foot right in front. It's not Sukhasana, easy sitting pose. It's a little bit different. So you should still feel a sensation in your hip if you're doing that option. Again, pull back the glute muscles so that as you sit, you are sitting up nice and tall, and you can feel those sit bones rooting down. And then start by keeping your hands close to your pelvis so they can be like the structure that holds you up and starts to elongate your spine. So you find some spinal extension or lengthening here. You're even letting them roll back slightly. And once you have yourself set up, let your lids again start to get a little heavy. And let your thoughts start to drift away from sight, away from how the pose looks, but instead how the pose feels. Away from sight and into the sensation of the breath. Maybe the coolness as you pull it into your nose, down your throat that gently warms in your lungs. And then the hot breath as you gently press it out of your lungs and retrace the path up, out the nose. Retrace that breath and gently seal your lips if you started to move the breath in and out through your mouth. Keep feet flexed. Maybe let the hands travel a little bit farther away. Your shoulder heads open up as you gently pull your shoulder blades together on your back. Notice if there is any gripping or tightness, especially around the hips. See if you can sit up tall and loosen your grip, loosen your hold, your control of this pose. So that even though you're maintaining form, you're allowing for a little bit of gravity to help you pull that top knee down, open the hips. We're going to move back into that box breath, but this time aiming for 7 counts, so a little bit longer. If you're following along and it just doesn't feel accessible to you tonight, then close off my voice and just go into the 5 counts like we did before. So exhale out completely. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on empty. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on full. Expand your chest. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And start your exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly inhaling, not letting it be a gulp of air. 6, 7. Hold on full. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And begin your exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all of the air out. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now continuing either on the 7 counts or changing it up to suit something that fits you today. So either the 5, maybe 6, somewhere in between. You can also do a 7 count inhale and a 5 count hold on the top and bottom. Make it into a little bit more of a rectangle. As you do that, begin to hinge forward, deepening the pose. Maybe trying to make the movements occur on the exhale. The deepness of the hinge. As you release your air, you might find a little bit more room to deepen the fold. If you get to a place where you think have found your edge, you can switch into Ujjayi breath. So a strong, textured breath, very audible across the back of your mouth and throat down into your lungs, and audible on the exhale. So Ujjayi breath will help and stoke that fire, move that heat through your body, and allow you to stay a little bit longer and move a little bit deeper. You did so on the other side. Maybe move elbows on top of your knees. Find that little extra pressure pulling you down deeper. Take 2 more deep breaths here. See if you can pull your chest more forward. Straighten out your spine. Inhale, slowly come up. Taking your left hand, palm down, fingers pointing in towards midline. Lift your left hip and press your hip point down into the top of your hand. Press your hand down. And then start to let the right ear drop down towards the right shoulder. You notice if your shoulder is dropping in, and open the shoulder up so you're feeling a little bit of an expansion across the pectorals as well. Feel now a gentle pulling along the outside of your neck across the top of your shoulder. Keep grounding down into the top of your hand. If you'd like to, take the right hand and gently place it on the outside of your head for just a little extra weight to pull that side down. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Release the hand down, let your chin drop in towards your chest. Use your right hand to gently stack your head back up. Roll off of your grounded arm. Gently unfold your legs. That was a very long hold. Slowly straighten your legs out. Flex and then point your feet. And then give your legs a gentle shake and wiggle. Slowly, using your fingers behind your knees, gently roll onto your back and draw both of your knees up into your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze, trying to keep your knees together. And then extend the right leg long. Both hands squeezing your left knee in towards your left side ribs. Press through the right foot so the leg is active. And then release the left leg long. Press through the left leg, draw the right knee in, and give it a gentle squeeze, finding some compression, bringing your thigh down to the side ribs. Bring your left knee up and in, and right knee out so that your knees stack over your hips. Bring your hands down by your side, just a little bit outside of your hips, and press your palms down. Root your shoulders down as well, so you press even the outside of your shoulders down. And then gently keep your low back also glued to the mat. Extend your right leg to hover, keeping your left knee bent, pressing through your toes, spreading them. Inhale, draw your right knee up, just over the hip, and then left leg forward to hover. Keep pressing down through your hands. Inhale, bring both knees up. Exhale, right leg presses forward. Inhale, both knees over hips. Exhale, left. Inhale, up. Exhale, right. If you find your low back is lifting off the mat, come up, then don't extend your leg so far out. Instead, it might just be at a diagonal. And that can help keep your low back rooted down. Continue to move with your breath, finding extension on your exhale. Inhale, pulling the knee back in. And then switching. Do one more time each side. Inhale. Again, keeping your whole upper body glued down to the mat as though you had a suit of Velcro on. And then once both knees are back up, tee your arms out to the side and just gently drop both legs over to the left. Ooh, finding a supine twist. Inhale, bring both knees back up and then over to the right. Supine twist, other side, very simple. Both knees up. And now whole body, roll to the left side. And gently press yourself up into all fours. So this is where you might want blocks. And so take your blocks, place them on either side of the front of your mat. And from all fours, step your left foot forward. Take the blocks if you'd like to and bring them in so you can plant your hands down. Tuck your back toes and start to walk your right leg back. So you're in a nice long lunge, low lunge. Press the top of your back foot down. You can pull the blocks maybe farther behind you. So you're pressing straight down into the blocks and pull your chest forward. Keep pressing down through the left big toe and start to feel your right psoas getting a nice, good long stretch. Try and keep your gaze steady forward as you also steady out your breath. Slow inhale through the nose and exhale. Press down more through your back shin so you feel an activation in your legs. Pull your chest through, ground down through your front left foot. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Press into the blocks. Straighten your front leg. Pull your left toes back. And you can move the blocks back. Ground down through your heel. Imagine pulling your left femur head back and right hip forward. Keep this plane nice and even. So heel, knee, right hip, left hip, and pull your left hip back into that plane as though you were pulling it into a wall. Reach your chest forward, keeping a nice long back. Maybe bend your elbows slightly. Point your toes down, press them down into the mat. And then curl your toes back up. We'll do that 3 more times. Press your whole foot down. Curl back. Very slow and articulated movement. Foot down and back. Then drag your left heel back. Bring it back down in line with the right. Move the blocks out to the side and open your knees out wide. Bring big toes together to touch. Press your hips back and crawl your hands forward into a child's pose. Bring your forehead down. See if you can crawl your fingertips a little bit more forward. Maybe even pull your palms up off of the mat. And then reach your hips even farther back so you stretch your torso long. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let your forehead and your heart melt down towards the mat. One more time, inhale. And exhale. If your palms are lifted, press them back down. Lift your gaze and roll up into all fours. Bring your knees back in, all fours. And then step your right foot forward. Pull the blocks in. Plant your hands on your blocks or maybe your stack of books. And then draw your right knee forward. If your left leg is a little too close, tuck those toes, walk it back. So you get a nice long stretch, a long lunge, and then press the top of that left foot down. Hands into the blocks or into the mat. Lift your gaze, draw it forward. Try and get the palate and the bottom of your chin parallel with the ground, with the mat. Steady your gaze. Steady your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Press more through the right big toe. Keep the right knee drawing in. Press down through the top of your back foot and your shin. Pressing through your hands into whatever surface is beneath them. Using that support of your arms as a structure to lengthen your torso. Taking one more breath here. And slowly starting to straighten your right leg. Pull your right toes back. Move the blocks or your props back. Curl your toes back so your right heel grounds down. And again, think about pulling this right femur head back. Imagine there was a wall right behind your glutes that you could pull into. You can't move past that wall, and that wall is right in the plane of your knee. Now, pushing your butt into that wall, just the torso comes forward. Again, Velcro suit, you can't move those glutes, but you can lengthen and reach with your chin. Maybe bend your elbows just a little bit. When you find your limit, pause, inhale. Exhale, point your toes, press your foot down into the mat. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Back up. Pull your right foot back. Match your knees. Keep your knees stacked. Move the blocks out to the side. Walk your hands forward. Hips staying over your knees. Bring your forehead down. Walk your fingertips long. Elbows stay lifted off the mat. And exhale, melt your heart down. Feel your shoulder blades crawling together on your mat. Anahatasana. Heart melting pose or puppy dog pose also. Inhale and exhale. Tuck your hands in slightly. Press them into the mat. Tuck your toes. Rock forward so that your shoulders come over your wrists and lift your knees up, finding plank position. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees to hover. Press your hips back. Gaze to the front of your mat. And then drop your gaze to your toes. Start to straighten your legs to about 90%. Downward facing dog. Inhale, pull yourself forward into plank. Exhale, lower your knees to hover. Inhale, press your hips back, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, gaze to the toes, lift the legs towards straight. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, knees hover. Navel draws in. Inhale, hips back, gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees hover. Inhale, back. Exhale, down dog and hold. Spread your fingers wide. Press your palms down, especially that spot between your pointer finger and thumb. Press your chest between your arms. Keep arms active and strong. Energy reaching all the way up the side of your bodies, up into your hips. Inhale, slowly lift your left leg up. Exhale, tap the left toes down right where the foot was. Inhale, left leg high, moving nothing else but that leg. Exhale, left toes tap. Try and keep your hips square one more time. Inhale, left leg high. This time, bend your knee and then bring your thigh to your ribs. Shift forward into your plank, pulling your thigh up into your ribs, and then step the left foot down. Take a nice long lunge. And then the back foot is going to pivot on the ball so that it's now perpendicular. Reach with your right arm up and come all the way up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Hips are open to the side of your mat. Reach your arms long. Draw your left knee forward over your left ankle. Take an inhale. Expand, open your chest. Exhale. Sink down into your warrior pose. Inhale. Exhale. Try and keep your torso centered, not reaching forward or reaching back. One more time, inhale. Let your breath elevate your arms just slightly. And then exhale, ground down, pause. Flip your front palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Do your best not to let your front knee come back with you in this side pose. Exhale, hold your warrior. Letting this back arm just be a test to how strong and active your back leg is. Not adding any weight to the outside of your knee. Keep pulling your left fingertips back as though you could pull your side body a little bit longer. Inhale, come up. Exhale, plant both hands to the inside of your front left leg. We're going to move into Skandasana. So with your hands as your support, start to come down a little bit more. Front toes will pivot out to the side of your mat. And back toes will come up as you roll onto that back heel. Now, you might be pretty high up here with your hips. You might be able to get down, keeping that front foot grounded. Yogi's choice tonight with how deep your Skandasana is. Going to move from side to side. Inhale, letting your arms help you this first transition. Exhale, going to the back. Using your elbow to open up that knee. Inhale through middle and then exhale to the front. Moving with your breath, being as cat or ninja-like as you can as you make this graceful transition. Next time in center, pause. Bring both toes down to the outside edges of your mat, the corners. Bend your knees so they track over your toes and slowly come up into horse stance. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, palms together, sit down. Inhale, arms up. Big circle. Exhale, hands through heart center and down. Last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center, pause. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Release. Bring your hands down and then walk them to the front. Toes pivot. Plant your hands, step back into a plank position. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat this time. Bringing your hands by your side, press the tops of your feet down. And if you can, interlace your hands. If you can't interlace, you can always take your strap or whatever you're using tonight and bring it across your glutes and grab onto it with both hands. Inhale, lift head, neck, and chest up. Stretch your palms or that strap back, so beyond your glutes, more to the insertion point of your hamstrings. Pull both shoulder heads back. Start to activate your core as you lift and find some spinal extension with low back. If you'd like to, lift your legs up off the mat. Keep reaching your toes back. Nice long Salumbasana locust pose. Inhale. Exhale. Hold, inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands. Keep your shoulders and your toes lifted. Palms underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press your feet down. Keep the core active as you press up and back. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees a little bit. Press your hips high. Spread your fingers wide and gaze back between your toes. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, ground down through your fingertips, your toes, and the mounds of your feet. Then inhale. Feel the strength of your arms travel up your side bodies to both hip points. And exhale. Last time, inhale. Finding stillness, but that energetic movement. Exhale. Then slow and controlled, inhale, lift your right leg high. Keep your hips square. Exhale, bring it down, tap your toes down to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend your right knee. Move your thigh to your ribs. Inhale, shift forward into your plank. Keep pulling that right knee up and plant your right foot down. Pull your chest through, take a nice long lunge. And now pivot on the ball of your back foot. So heel is pressing down and the back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. Leaning with your left hand, inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana to warrior two pose. Arms reaching out in opposite directions. Pull your right knee forward. Think about your thighs externally rotating. So as though the inner thigh could lift up to the top and the outer thigh was dropping down towards the mat. Press your feet down. Spread your palms. And imagine each breath being a little pillow of air underneath your arms, lifting them slightly. And then exhale, letting the energy drop down each leg into the bottoms of your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling the strength in this warrior pose. Inhale. Exhale, feel the energy drop down to the bottoms of your feet. And then imagine that your legs are cast in concrete. Keep them exactly where they are. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. So being gentle with the weight of your back left hand as it travels down the outside of your leg. Keep that right knee pulling forward and then reach with your right hand up and back. So you feel your side ribs and your hip point getting farther away from each other. Make it expansive. You can even let the left ear drop towards the left shoulder. Use your core to keep you lifted. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, both hands to the inside of your right foot. Pivot on your right heel so the toes go more out to the side of the mat. Walk your hands a little bit back and then pull your left toes up. Again, skandasana. Working to keep your elbows drawing your knee back, almost like in malasana, halfway. Inhale, transition through center, and then exhale, skandasana to the other side. Keep that extended legs, toes active, leg active, as you find a lot of opening on the inside of that extended leg. Traveling from side to side. And then next time you find yourself in center, plant your hands down, heel toe your feet in a little bit wider than your hips, and then toes out, heels come in, come down into malasana. Use your elbows to the inside of your knees, press your palms together, let your thumbs drop down to your chest. Feel your low back lengthen. Then drop your hands down, press through your feet, inhale, come up to standing, reach your arms up overhead. You can lift your heels up. You'd like to get your calves involved. And then exhale, hands come down, heels come down, heart center, malasana. Drop your hands, inhale, come up. Exhale, unwind, hands together, back down. So your choice, how fast you want to move. Make it a movement with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale, down. So sometimes we can do this with a quick exhale. But if a slower movement tonight is a little bit more on pace for you, then keep it slow and controlled. If this is where you want to add a little bit of heat to your Wednesday hump day night, you need to burn through something, then make it a little bit quicker. Inhale. Next time you find yourself in Malasana, pause. Slow down your breath, slow down your heart rate if you were picking it up. And then plant your hands down. Press your feet up, finding a forward fold. Draw your toes back to the side of your mat. I think we're all facing the side right now. Let the top of your head hang. Grab opposite elbow. Bend your knees as much as you need to support your torso, ribs to thighs. And then dropping your hands down, pivot. So you're facing the front of your mat. Pull in your blocks and your strap so they're within arm's reach. Keep your left foot at the front of your mat and step your right foot back into a nice long lunge. Bend your left knee generously. Then heel toe your left foot across. So the outside of the foot is behind your right palm. Set your shin down. Set your right knee down. Tuck the right toes. Walk that foot back. And then flex your front foot and let your heel come a little bit closer in towards your right psoas. Hips are square forward. Right away, if you want to, you can pull in your blocks. Press your palms into the blocks in front of you. Untuck your back toes. Press your front leg down into the mat. Now, start to move your blocks up to a little bit higher of a level. If you don't have blocks or you'd like to maybe try something a little bit more challenging, if your hands are on the mat, then walk your hands back so that they're not on the mat. Flex your front foot more and press that front leg down into the floor. Hips are square. Keep pressing down through that back leg. Gaze forward, nice and steady. Reach down, find your strap. Walk your hands back forward and bend your back knee. You're going to take that strap and loop it around your foot. Both sides of the strap in your right hand. You can start with it pretty far away. Then gaze back forward and bring that strap right over your right shoulder. Again, press down through that front leg. Now, if you feel unsteady and you want some more support, take a block and place it underneath your left glute. That's going to help you stay really nice and upright in this pose. If you want a bigger challenge, then you can go without that extra support under your glute. Start to pull the strap forward and then equally kick into that strap with your right leg. Press down through your front leg so that you lift a little bit. Grab the strap with your left hand. Woo! See, if you forget to press down through that front leg, you just kind of fall down like a jellyfish. So keep pressing down. Reach back with the left hand. Find the strap. Maybe walk your hands back. Pull your elbow tips forward and kick your foot into the strap. Engage your core. Keep your gaze forward. And find your Ujjayi breath. That heat is again building right on your glutes, the outside of your hips. Stoke that fire with your breath and then move that heat throughout your body. Keep active in your core so that you're matching all of the integration and activation that's happening in your low back. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale, let the strap slip. Move it off to the side. Ooh, bring both hands down. Pull that left knee back. Come into all fours. Just move your hips a little bit from side to side. I'm going to stay down and grounded on the floor. Step your right foot forward. Tuck your left toes and work them back into a nice long lunge. Gaze forward. And then walk your right foot over behind your left wrist, outside edge, and set your right shin down. Heel will draw back more so than you do in sleeping pigeon. So it's okay if your heel is pretty close to that left psoas. Press down through your feet. Bring the blocks in. Press your hands into the blocks. Walk that long left leg back. And then press the foot down. Keep pressing your front shin down. Maybe pull the blocks up a little bit higher. Press your hands into the blocks. And always stay here. Or walk your hands back onto your legs right away here. Notice if you're doing all of the work of this pose in your low back. Press down more through your front leg. Draw your navel in. Your ribs, they're just going to want to open up. Pull them back in. Don't let yourself become that jellyfish that just lands in a puddle on the floor. So if you'd like to pull that block now under the right glute, keep the integration. Take the strap in your left hand, walk your hands forward, bend your back knee, and lasso your foot. Let the strap be very long. Pull it over your left shoulder. Reintegrate your legs. Press your front shin down. Press your feet down. Start to actively push your left foot into the strap. Lift up. Grab the strap with your right hand right away. Notice if you're not doing anything with your core. You want to keep this more of a straight spine rather than letting yourself go into a deep back bend. That's the great thing about using a strap in this pose. Pull your elbow tips forward, press down more through your feet. Maybe walk your hands down the strap. Pull your elbow tips forward, kick with your left leg into the strap. Pull your ribs in on the front. Stitch them in all the way down to your navel. Breathe in through your nose and out. Feel that heat build. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing down through that right leg into the mat. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, let the strap slip. Bring both hands down and lengthen your left leg. Plant your hands. Slide your right knee back to meet the left, all fours. Sway your hips side to side. Make little circles. And in the opposite direction. Lengthen your left and your right leg back behind you. Slowly lower down onto your belly. Plant your palms down and stack your palms so that you have a little pillow to rest your forehead on. Let your legs relax and melt down. Elbow tips out to the side. Forehead relaxed on the little mound of your hands. Start to relax your breathing, letting it slip back into its natural cadence. Noticing the gentle expansion and contraction across your back body. As your ribs press into the mat and then melt on your exhale. Start to feel the lines of your body blur with the edge of your mat, the floor beneath you. Let yourself become that jellyfish. Just melts down, formless. A puddle of muscles and bones. And slowly bend one knee and then the other. And your knees wide so your feet come off of the mat. And then lift your head just enough so you can pull your hands to the side, fingertips forward. Press your hands down into the mat, bring your big toes together, and gently push yourself back into child's pose. You can let it be gentle. Let your hands just drape forward, not pressing into them, forehead heavy. Use your hands to actually push yourself farther back. And then slowly push yourself up. Gently come into a comfortable seat, or you can stay seated back on your heels. Your knees forward if you chose that option, into Thunderbolt pose or easy seated position, Sukhasana. Palms together to heart center. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, draw your thumbs up to third eye center. Be curious. Follow your bliss. Namaste.